that, and now we do it like this.
What's up, y'all? This is Whiz, back bringing you another video. I just beat Far Cry the other day. I just want to get a video out with my quick initial thoughts. And it's going to be a little bit more off the cuff, a little bit more raw. Sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. First of all, there's no qualms about it. If you want just a game to give you hours upon hours of just good, dumb fun co-op, go out, pick it up. It totally fits the bill for that. It's also, in my opinion, a step forward in the Far Cry series. Now, it doesn't revolutionize it. It's more of a lateral step, but I totally appreciate for that. The tagline I will use for the game is basically 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And that's at least a step forward. Unlike, I did enjoy Far Cry 4. I feel like Far Cry 4 was just Far Cry 3 again. This one has a lot of different implications, and it just feels like a different game. First of all, the story starts off incredibly. It starts off with a bang. The motivations start off well, and it throws you right into the action in like an hour. An hour in, you're into the open world. You're ready to do your thing. Now, over the course, the story doesn't have the same strength. They really try to paint the villains in a better light. They want to make it like pagan men or the god tier villain boss. It never quite reaches that height, especially being that it's so many monologues in the game. There's never any reactions, because this is the first time in Far Cry that I know of, and I played since 2. The first time in Far Cry where you get to customize your character, and so you get to make basically a blank slate character. And it's pretty cool. You can make a female, male, customize them a little bit. But the problem is, and this is my personal opinion, I'm kind of tired of the cliche of being a blank slate, being a mute the entire game. And the characters, when you interact with the enemies, the antagonists a lot more in this game. And it just kind of grated on me that you hear so many monologues of a certain point of view or some kind of background on the enemy, and you don't get any kind of interaction with it. It's just monologue after monologue after monologue. But who really plays Far Cry for the story? You pretty much play it for the first person immersion, you play it for the action, how chaotic it can be, and you play it for the setting and the where it's taking place. And that's a real star in this game. I was so pleasantly surprised on how much I enjoyed Montana. Going into the game, I didn't think I liked it as much as I did, but it's graphically really impressive. Now, it's not on the same level as Assassin's Creed Origins in terms of how beautiful it is, but it ran super silky smooth. I hardly ever got a frame rate drop, and I'm playing on the PS4 Pro, by the way. And I really enjoyed how it felt like you're actually in some of small town America. Like the houses, it felt like a modern day city, a modern day town. And you don't really get that too much in gaming. Like you get maybe in Fallout, you get, it feels lived in, but it's not anything like you're used to in the modern day. And it really felt like I was in a small town. Like I really took an alternate trip to Montana, but it was pretty cool. And back to the antagonists, they really try to give them a chance to shine in this game. There's basically 4 main ones. And you're going to have lots of, one-way interactions with them, because you might as well name your character Princess Peach, because you get, spoiler alert, kidnapped all the time. Too many times for my liking. A couple times is fine, but my goodness, you get kidnapped just as much as Peach does by Bowser. And you start off with the head, the father, who's the titular antagonist, and he has 3 lieutenant underlings. The most interesting out of all 4 of them, to me, would probably be, I believe, Jacob's his name. He reminds me of a lot of, maybe a wider face, Ryan Reynolds with a beard. So, but his motivations make sense, kind of. Faith is also kind of interesting with her effects with bliss and the drugs and manipulation. And I really don't have any memorable things about Jacob, the eldest brother. But they're all there for a reason, and it really fleshes out the different parts of the county. So that's pretty cool. One big plus is the music in the game as well. I really enjoy the ambient sounds and how they pick up during battles or you're going on hunts. I think they do an awesome job. There's not a lot of music in terms of radio stations. There's only two, the crazy cult station and then like the modern old school Montana station. I don't know what to call it. It has a lot of different genres, but it's pretty cool. And it also plays pretty funny uh, music that correlates to some of the great side missions and main missions. They do a great job in the music department and sound department as a whole. Is great masking. You always can tell what's going on around you, and it really helps off in a lot of ways. Honest, some of the stronger points, the co-op experience, it's awesome. You can hop and play with a friend. Your progress doesn't carry over in terms of your story and the missions, but it carries over in terms of your character. It's like you can up your skills, and it's also a lot less of a grind than it was in previous Far Cry's in terms of, kill this many animals, skin them this many times, and you can upgrades for a bigger wallet. This time's progression is in a different manner. It's more of like you kill this many enemies with this many times with these different challenges. You get skill points you can allocate, and basically hunting is just there to make money, and it's a lot of fun. You just go out there, you hunt for a little bit, you stack some dough. And surprisingly, the favorite thing I enjoyed in this game were the prepper stashes. They're like little clever or to not so clever environmental puzzles you figure out, so you can get you break into a safe, you can get a little bit more money, you can get some more loot, and you can get little skill point allocations. They're a total blast. It reminds me a lot of the shrines they have and Breath of the Wild. So I think that's a great addition to the game. Of course, the outposts are always awesome, and believe it or not, you do not have to scale towers in this game. That's such a plus. Speaking on some not so strong things, sometimes the game is a little bit too chaotic. Now, most of the time, the chaos is just awesome, dumb fun. But sometimes you're like, yo, I just want to get to this area. Why are there 3 planes, 2 helicopters, and 5 guys with RPGs attacking me right now, while there's a bear and some mountain lion going for me? Sometimes they get a little annoying, and the AI is not the best. But that only happened to me 2 or 3 times through my playthrough, where I was just like, why is the apocalypse happening right now to my character? And the quest system has also been changed up, which I think was a total plus. Now it's more like an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout game in terms of talk to some NPC in the world, and then a little part when your map pops up, and then the map expands out in terms of where you've been at. So it feels like it's more natural progression, more natural nuances and understanding the map, instead of just being plopped down after you climb to this tower and everything pops up. It feels a lot better. I think that's one of the biggest pluses in this game. The quest system is just simply improved. So just to end off quickly, to conclude, if you're looking for just a fun, dumb experience, Far Cry 5 is it. That doesn't make any grandiose political statement. It kind of walks right on the fence, but that's totally okay with me. I'm fine with a game just being a game. And as I say, it takes 2 steps forward and maybe 1 step back, but that's still progression. So I think I totally recommend it. It's totally worth the money. It's not going to be nothing revolutionary. It's not much different than how Far Cry 2, 3, and 4 were, but it's definitely worth the money. The setting's great. The gameplay's fun. And don't expect a masterpiece. This is a really good game, and you'll be satisfied. Oh, and shout out to some of those co-op characters you can get inside the game. The bear is awesome. I forgot the gentleman's name, but he has a plane, and he literally goes on bombing runs while you're doing missions. He's awesome. That's a total plus on the game as well. Well, thank you so much for listening to my quick little off-the-cuff review. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Peace.
No, no, no.